Now, freeze-dried meals are amazing whenever you're heading out into the woods to go camping or hiking or fishing or anything like that. But these things can get expensive after a while. Now, I love me some beef stroganoff by Mountain House, but $10 or $11 a piece. Let me show you a cheaper way. You can make your very own freeze-dried meals and a lot more for a lot less. And I covered this extensively in my book, Primitive Camping and Bushcraft. And you learn about freeze-dried, MREs, and dehydrated and just add water meals. So it's all in here in this book. Now what I have here is a bunch of freeze-dried vegetables and beef and chicken from Thrive Life. Now these are I'm not sponsored by them. All these were birthday gifts from my mom, but this stuff is amazing and it allows you to make your own freeze-dried meals that you can carry with you into the woods. Now, these are relatively expensive. They're like $50 for a large container or more, depending on what you get, or less. You know, you got the smaller containers right here you can make several meals out of. You got these that you can make a ton of meals out of. But in the end, they are a lot cheaper than like your Mountain House meals, a lot healthier for you. I got a lot less salt and a lot of other preservatives and stuff in the Mountain House or them other pre-packaged ones. And you know exactly what you're getting when you make your own. Today we're going to make chicken, peas, mushrooms, and rice, and it's going to be very easy. You're going to need a vacuum sealer. You're going to need the bags that go for the vacuum sealer. You're going to need a measuring cup and then some bouillon cubes to go with your chicken. Now, I used the powdered bouillon before, or you can use the actual square bouillon cubes, and that's what I use for this video. You're going to need a box of instant minute rice. And then you're gonna need whatever kind of vegetables that you wanna put in with your food. In this case, I'm putting some mushrooms, I'm using some freeze-dried chicken, and I'm using freeze-dried peas. So first off, we're gonna insert our food saver bag to be sealed. Close that, hit the seal button, and we're gonna seal that end of the bag. All right, now that it's done, I'm gonna pop that dude open, and your bag is sealed. Now we're just gonna cut us a pretty good portion of bag here, and this should be big enough. So first what we're gonna do is we're gonna open our bag of rice, our box of rice actually, and we're gonna measure out a half a cup of rice. So half a cup is 1 serving. Then we're gonna add that to the bag. There we go. And I'm gonna put about a 1/4 cup of chicken, maybe a half a cup of chicken. I'm gonna put half a cup of chicken in there too. So, cause I like a lot of chicken. So we're gonna put half a cup, put chicken parts in there. We'll add the chicken to our rice. Half a cup of peas is a lot of peas, but I like a lot of peas. All right, there we go. And by doing it this way, you're gonna have a more nutritious meal. Add us a half a cup of mushrooms to the mix. There we go. Now for the seasoning part, we'll put these bouillon cubes in the bag. We'll crush them up and drop them in there. And then you're gonna season it to your taste whenever you get into the field, when you get out there camping. Put this dude in here and vacuum seal that puppy down, and you have made yourself your own meal for a fraction of the price of buying like Mountain House or some of the other. Let's go ahead and vacuum and seal. We are done with that, and you have made your own freeze-dried meal. And this thing is extremely lightweight, and I will go get a scale and show you how much it weighs, and you can make 4 or 5 of these, throw them in there, and have a whole week's worth of food. And this is 1 serving. You can make them bigger if you want to feed bigger amounts of people or larger amounts of people. But this is one whole meal. And like I said, the 2 bouillon cubes will give it some flavor, and then you're gonna season it to taste whenever you cook it. And that is an easy way to make your own food. Let's hit the 0 here. I'm gonna 0 it out, and we'll set the meal on there, and it is 5 ounces. So 5 ounces, and you know, you can make you several meals like this. Now off camera, I weighed the Mountain House at 5.3 ounces. This one right here, if you remember, it weighed 5.1 ounces, and it's gonna have your protein, your carbohydrates, and everything that you need as well. This one's gonna have a little bit more salt in it than these right here. Remember, you're gonna season it to taste when you get into the field. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you don't mind, go ahead and pick up a copy of Primitive Camping and Bushcraft, which is going to outline all the things about food, a little bit more detailed. We spent a lot of time on dehydrating, some time on freeze dried, some time on just add water meals. All the stuff you need to know about food is inside this book. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time. God bless you.